face what you're going through. You're gonna make it. God's gonna see you through. Hold your head up. Put a smile on your face. This is another test. It won't last always. So get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. Get ready. Get ready for your blessing. For your blessing. Get ready. Get ready for your miracle. For your miracle. I know you've been hurting down inside. Let me encourage you, it's gonna be alright. Troubles and trials come to make you strong. Keep on believing, you keep holding on. Get ready for your blessing. Get ready for your miracle. Get ready for your blessing.
Praise God. Sir Markadoo here with Sir Media Group, where we put your business in the streets. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things should be added unto you. Oh yes, what a wonderful weekend. Another wonderful weekend. Got a chance to talk to a lot of my business associates around around America. It was off the chain. I mean, we were doing three-way calls. We were doing just listening in on three-way calls. It was bananas. And just to help people fix their issues. I'm telling you, folks, this is a chance of a lifetime. Yeah, we have an opportunity to change people's lives, especially our youth. Preparing our youth for war. We are in a flat-out war. Now that we are aware of it, we know how to attack. We got to prepare for the battles. See, there's one thing to be prepared for a war. The first thing we got to do is be prepared for battles. Okay? I look at the youth now. It's like, and it's always been going on. It's always been a battle and a war for our children, right? And it's just so clear. It's just so clear. Even in way back in the we call it the biblical days, but it's all every day is the biblical days. And even back in the way back in the AD, it's always been a battle for our youth. They've been trying to get after the youth and trying to get after the elderly. And I mean, right? I mean, just even speaking to other adults about their parents, and their parents going to the doctors, and they doping up the adults. I mean, it's like they got to get rid of these people. So what they do, they dope them up. And then you have to be careful. The parent is like, what should I do? I mean, it's like they converted. These are strong men and women that were vibrant when they were younger, coming up and, a backbone. And you can't tell they knew everything that you need to know. Now when they get to a certain age, it's like they're asking you, what should I do? And that's normal. I think there's more normal. Because now they depend on somebody, a loved one, to just kind of help guide them through the medical stuff. Because there's a lot of things that our parents don't know that we just assumed they knew everything. And there's a lot of things they didn't know. And the one thing they didn't know is how to prepare us for, economic slavery. And, it's just awesome to realize that I get a chance to talk about slavery, how they're enslaving our children, how they're enslaving us. And I'm talking about us, I'm talking about the ones that enslaved. I'm not talking about people like me where I'm free. I'm free to express myself and to do things for myself that most people can't do for themselves. And we talked about that Friday about this economic slavery and how we get tied into our jobs and how we need to. And because I was talking to one of my associates yesterday, and she was talking about, I want to get off my job, but that's one thing to want to get off your job. If you ask the average person, even the above average person, say, do you love your job? And do you really want to be here for the rest of your life? I'm talking about until the time they say you can retire now, and you want to retire doing the same old thing. Most of them will say no. I mean, how many people can really have their own business? Just the ones that want to. Because it's just to want it and not pursue it. Those are two different things now. The pursuit of happiness, you can be happy, you want to be happy, or it's the pursuit of happiness. And that's the key to helping our children as well. Preparing our children for war. You know, it's one thing to have these children, and then you're a business now. We're talking about business-minded people here. You look at your children and you ask yourself, will these children or this child follow me through this business experience? And if the answer is no, you got a lot more work to do. We're talking about my 14-year-old, he has to work. I did the same thing to Mark, the same thing to my oldest son, my youngest, my middle son. You have to work in the business. If you around me, you find things for your child to do. I don't care if they're 18, 19, 20. You say, look, I need you to do something here. But no, I'm serious. I'm dead serious. We have to prepare. We have to communicate with our children, telling our children, look, if something happens to me, would you keep the business? You want to know, do they even want it? Right? You have to educate them and show them and keep communicating with them, because communication is the key. And say, look, I love this business. I just want you to be a part of it somewhere. I need your assistance. Take them out with you into the field. Let them see what it's like to pass out business cards and flyers and see the people that you recruited that now they said now they put it all together. Because everything that we do, brothers and sisters, is about recruiting. You know, our recruiting ideas need to be passed on to our children. I believe now, beyond a shadow of doubt, I believe that my son, Mark, has the capacity now to realize if we don't recruit people, we're just dead in the water. We got new associates all the time that now we understand that we need to pass on. That's my thing. I'm a recruiter. Pass them on to me. Let me get them deeper into the system, because my brother, one of my brothers, said something about the systems. How do you build a system? How do you get children to want what you want for them? It's not that you want them to so bad to that take over and be a part of your business. All you want to do is make sure they're part of your business. Okay? There's tools that you need, right? Talking about the image. Image is everything. What does your image say about you? We got to prepare our children's image. Go ahead and get you a copy of this when you call in to place your order. Go ahead and we'll put one of these in for $10, we're going to put one in your box and begin to read it. Especially, this is for women too. If you women out there that have daughters, if you want to get better at how, I know you done read a lot of books and heard a lot of things. This is a workbook for you to help your daughters prosper, make them sharp, and make them. You want to put them in a position where you're making them do it. You got that, miss? Oh, it's for me. Call you on the air.
Hey, blessings and peace to the world. So Markadoo, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How you doing, big brother?
Hey, man, I'm okay, man.
Yes, sir. So you've been tuning in this morning.
Yes, sir.
One of the things that I was going to mention in the next minute or so is prepare how one of the other ways to prepare our children is like the event. I was just getting ready to mention that, like the event that I'm doing on April the 19th, right?
Right.
April 19th from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. This is just to give our children just a hand up instead of a hand out. That's huge in the grand scheme of what we're doing, preparing our children for war. And we definitely, the first thing, I'm going to say it again, the first thing we want to do is prepare them for battle. Because look, battles win wars.
Yeah.
And understand that. What are you thinking, Brother Q?
Man, the whole concept, man, is absolutely at the top of the charts, man. And to prepare them for war, man, we must slow down, like we always say, slow it down. We got to give the people the information they need. I always say, man, money is not power, education is not power, but information is power. So in order to educate yourself, you got to have the information.
That's awesome. I mean, that's powerful within its own right. Knowledge is power. We suffer and we collapse because of lack of knowledge. We just don't get there. We're not going to get there. I believe children today are more savvy than ever before. The children today is more savvy than I was. I mean, excuse me. I'm on the air. This is Sir Markadoo. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can call back, call the office and get on the air with us. Call the office. I'm on the air. Call back. Okay, love you. All right. What was that last note?
Yeah, about the information, man. The information is power.
Yeah, we most children are savvy like nobody. But if we begin to communicate like I'm doing, oh man, the 19th, I'm gonna say, you children, your minds are so powerful. All you gotta do, I'm letting my children know, you gotta understand that there's people that are after your minds. And if you can get more knowledge on how to take care of yourself and how to take care of others, you will have a better society in your own right.
Yes, it's true. It's true. And I'm hoping people listening, man. You know what I'm saying? April 19th, Project Grassroots. The goal is we're just targeting elements that we deem strategically planned for the educational empowerment of families in our community. So we're looking for everybody to come out. We have a powerhouse for Markadoo, Q Harper, Miss Stephanie, Gerald Rose from New Order, Pastor Smith, Dr. Harper, Mr. Frazier. I mean, it's so many, man. We got, entertainment, free giveaways, raffles, TNT, G4G coming out, Four Horsemen of Atlanta, some face painting, Dream Fulfilled, Natasha Martin, Miss Sharon Mumford, 13 Disciples, Paris the Door. So we got a whole lineup for those that are tuning in right now. So, Markadoo, I thank you so much, man, for the input and what you brought to the situation, man. It's going to be big, man.
Yeah, I believe that. I love the input, but you know what I would love the more is the output.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for the output. I want to be able to see with my own eyes that these families and these youth and these families are absolutely rising up, and they have a clear understanding that they are in charge of the direction of which their life is going, and they're well aware of it now.
We have to, we have to also charge the teachers and those mentors, man. This is what it all boils down to, man. Everybody has a head. Everybody has a head, and we need to concentrate on the head as well. So even though we're getting to the youth, as well as those headships, those teachers, those counselors, those mentors,
that's right.
They come out and get this information, man. I think that's how we'll be able to spread it to the masses as well, man.
Absolutely.
With their attention to these matters.
I want to open up the lines at 404-286-6700, 404-286-6700. I was talking to one of my business associates this weekend, and it's a she, and we were talking about her business. And the more we talk about her business, she, on her own, and this is what is so incredible, on her own, she realized how much she didn't know. And she then realized how much more she needed to know. She knows, she said, I need to study your broadcast. I need to study. I said, if you do that, your increase is going to be so phenomenal that you ain't even going to understand it. The beautiful part is that at one point, she finally realized that she needed me as her mentor. And then she said, yeah, you're my mentor. And I said, okay. So it's just like you saying, I'm your husband. And you walk up to me and you say, I'm your husband. You never even asked me to be your husband. Right? That's like me, right? So she understood. She said, so you asked me to be your teacher, and you ain't even asked me if I'm your teacher or not. You just telling me I'm your teacher. So she realized, she said, will you be my mentor? And then we started talking about something else. And in that same, after all that was said, all that other stuff was being said, she came back around, she says, so I never got an answer from you if you're going to be my mentor or not. And I said, I was just checking to see how in tune you was with the conversation. And that's what we need. We got to get our children to be a lot more in tune. I watch my youngest son, I watch him work. And I remember when he first started, his work ethics wasn't that strong. But now I see how strong they are. Now that I'm paying him some money, and he's adjusting to the information that I'm giving him. You feel me? So, but it always takes time for the children to learn. This is why I was talking to him this weekend. He was doing something. I said, son, you have to at some point use your own brain. There's some things that are just, there's nothing wrong with saying this is what I'm going to do. But to ask me everything, you have to train your mind to be in charge of your thoughts. You can't always just ask me every little thing so that you can get an understanding of it. Something is that, excuse me, sir, is this the best way to do it? And I say, you got it. You see, it's easy for me to just tell you got it so that you can lead. You can't always be in that follow mode. I know you're a leader, you're following a great leader. But there's one other thing. Are you preparing to be a great leader? That's where I'm at.
And also to add to what you just said, man, it is still imperative though, because like we talked about a week ago about the age range. See, these kids, they're more advanced than what I believe my time in growing up, because of the access to the media and things of that nature. They have it all right now, so I tell them to utilize it in a positive light. At the same time, get all you can. Because when I speak about education, I'm not only speaking about the school system. There's a system. Our body's made up of a system. But what I do say is, when I say educate yourself, I mean the whole surrounding. A lot of people got a lot of PhDs and master's degrees, but if they go outside and the nature around them, they know nothing about it. So my speaking of educating yourself, meaning learn from everything, your surroundings, the people around you. Take everything, man, and acquire it to your mindset, and also to the age range. You were saying about the kids asking the questions. That is good at the same time, because a lot of people don't know. And I feel like, as parents, we're supposed to train the kids up in the way that they should go. So at an early age, parents should be instilling in these kids. I see a lot of parents now, man, dealing with kids, man, and they just like, well, they don't want to do that. Well, I'm like, well, what they want to do? Then it shouldn't be their choice at the beginning of their life cycle, because you should be putting them on a path that they're going to maximize the benefit of life.
That's powerful, and it's all right. I'm just going to stay on the 14-year-old. My wife makes sure that he reads, right? That's one of the fundamental tools that I found out that most children don't understand. If they don't read, if your child can't read well, it's hard for them to read life.
Right.
It is. It
has to be well read. It is very. That's like essential, man. They have to learn how to read, Sir Markadoo. I think what's going on too, man. If you remember the phrase that we fear what we don't understand, and we have to start teaching the other. I was saying, going back to asking questions, because a lot of kids, they don't know how to do a lot of stuff. They're not old enough, but we have made them fearful of asking for help. So that's what you're doing, I'm doing. We're putting that help out there. People, children, if they need help, parents need to take the time, and because a lot of parents don't have a lot of education, so there's that gap. So all I'm saying is, get the kids, give them a fighting chance, prepare them for war, like you say this segment is about. Get them the help that they need, man. Find somebody that has the patience and the time to give it to them. But sometimes it's just about having the time to sit down with them, and then, a special ed kid or whatever they want to call it in the system, guess what? They graduate too. They eventually get it with those that have the patience to give it to them.
That's awesome. Glad you said that. Because I just keep it simple. I try to keep it close to the chest, right? I try to talk about me a lot of the time, so it's easier in my family. And well, I mean, we all got situations and issues and all this and that, right? But keeping it on my son, just preparing him for battle and then actually preparing him for war is that, I now know that my wife and I, we know that, that our son wants to do video, and he wants to get into film and all this and that, right? So now we find out that now he want to be a PI, a private investigator, right? So my wife is hopefully going to launch, a private investigative network, right, or a broadcast, right, a show, and in the show, they go out and they do their PI work, and then we find out that the people get caught up. They have self-esteem issues, and that's where my wife comes in to deal with their self-esteem issues and help with their image and building their image back up, right? So now we're much happier now, because now we finding out that we got to do the videotaping, right? The video shoots. They need camera. He's going to shoot the camera. Plus the guy, the brother that we're dealing with, he's a private investigator. So we're going to put the time into our son to make sure he gets the video knowledge that he needs, plus the PI piece that he needs. Is that incredible or what?
And that's mostly incredible, man. And I like this topic itself, though, man, preparing, our kids for war. And we were speaking about, the employment and who could own their own business. Like you said, the company.
Self-employed.
One that needed. And there's so much behind, like the slavery part, man. I just, I was hoping you would, touch back on that for a minute, because there's so many areas, man, under that's what is modern day slavery, man. It is so huge that people fail to realize that it's going on, man. People on these jobs, human trafficking. A lot of these women don't know when they go get their nails done, man. Those women, man, a lot of those people are in bondage, man, still today.
Yep.
So a lot of people fail to realize that this is still going on, right under our nose,
yes,
like a mustache. But you just can't see it.
We'll touch it tomorrow. We're gonna go on. We're gonna talk about it tomorrow. More on just slavery, economic slavery, and in bondage and how things are really, really affecting us and how our children are being trained to work. And then we're also being trained to go to jail and work.
Yeah.
Okay? And
this man was through his life. You got forced labor. You got sex trafficking. You have bonded labor. You have debt bondage. You know, you got involuntary domestic servitude. You know, forced child labor. I was reading the other day about Haiti being like one of the lowest poverty, man. And the women over there, they're still selling their kids. But what they're doing, they're selling them towards the promise that they would get an education, they would get fed. So $20, $30, they're selling their kids. And what happens is, you know, they wind up falling for that okie doke, and then they not see the kids no more. They wind up just, you know, being sent somewhere to be, you know, work a slave for the rest of their life, man. It's like, it's so serious, man. I just, my hat's off to you, man, for opening the airways up, man, because people fear a lot of these topics. They fear they don't understand, and man, I just salute you, bro, just for, you know, the airways and giving the people the information. You are really giving them a fighting chance, man, and preparing them for battle, man.
This is our chance. This is our chance. I believe that the more mindful that we become, you know, more aware, because like my wife walked up to me last week or a week before, she said, man, we're really at war. When our kids do that at war, man, a lot of things are really happening. And I was happy that it finally wham, it hit her. That if we don't help our children, guess what? We're not even helping ourselves. We're in big trouble. Like you said, a lot of our children are off to the wayside. Then as we get older and we need them, they're not there. They're not even there. Their minds are way off over to the side somewhere. And they're not even thinking about you because they got in their mind that you wasn't thinking about them.
And you know what's funny too, Sir Markadoo, is that what we don't really realize is that they're really on the job training. You know why? The war has already started.
In big time.
The war has already started, man. So I mean, people need to realize that we are in it. We are in it.
We're in it. It's already happening.
It's here. It's now. It's the present. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
Man.
Well, I mean, the jails are privatized now. I mean, the companies own them. I mean, and the government doesn't even have to build prisons anymore because they got, you know, private enterprises doing it for them.
Yeah.
So they don't have to put no more money into that.
Camps the theaters, man.
I mean, that's the world that we're living in. But I'm telling you, there are powers up there that don't want this to happen, but they don't know what to do with our young, so they throw their hands up. But
and they got a plan for them. It's just very negative. That's all. It's like they got a plan for what they want to do, and
right.
The kids need to know that. Look, man, these people are not for you. And
they dead serious about what they're doing too.
Yeah. So what we're trying to do, we're trying to build a defense mechanism, and you know, like anything else, man, you got to have the front runners, man. You got to have the people on the front line, man, to prepare the way, man. And the families, people tuned in right now that's not calling in and listening, not weighing in, man. You know, we need help, man. You know what I'm saying? And
I will say this. We are on the defense, but when we get on the offense, baby, that's when the rubber meets the road. We gotta flip the script. We gotta flip the script. Hey, Q, I love you, man. I get ready to sign off. Tomorrow we're gonna be talking about more domestic slavery, and it's on and popping. Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you and the family. I'd like to thank you for tuning in today. I hope that helped you in some kind of way. And make sure you tune in tomorrow where we're going to really be talking about really helping the families on a whole nother dimension. Okay? But make sure you share this information. Get people to follow. I'm telling you, the more we get people to stop following us, all of a sudden we got a team, the dream team, all right? God bless you. Don't forget to comment. If you see it, you hear it, comment, share it. Man.